सलाम मेरे अजीज पंखों।
When did you arrive? They twisted his finger, watching him taking a step in his direction. When you're dancing. I'm not dancing. I was just singing, they said, but mumbled the last part, making him laugh. Jungkook glared at that breathtaking amber orbs and felt his heart was thumped. May I? They rose his brows, and Jungkook forwarded that big palm in his direction. He smiled and returned, and they clubbed staring at the beautiful mare. Such a... May I? Mr. John Taeyoung. He pulled Tae to his chest, and Tae inquired again. They moved closer, and kissed his chin in response. Jungkook could feel his heart was warm and sweat. He watched as a smile spread across his face, and his beautiful, and snaked his arms around his waist. He put their hand on his shoulder, holding the other in his grip. The body was soft, and they stared into each other's eyes, unspoken motion. At that moment, they felt words were not always necessary to feel. They was in the hold. He could feel the warmth, his adoration for him. They could see that intensity and the emotion in his mysterious orb's eyes. And they knew he felt the same way about him. Taekook pulled their body closer, letting their bare feet step on his shoes. He slowly bent and joined their lips in a soft kiss. They was making him fall in love with him a little more every day, and he was more than pleaded. Taeyoung, come on, everyone is waiting. Just a minute. Taeyoung responded, sending a quick text to Jungkook. They was going on out dinner with his colleague. They didn't want to go, but everyone forced him. They didn't even get that complete his message when Lin grabbed his phone from their hand and put it away. We will miss the buffet, Dumbo. Get up. They groaned in Lin and dragged him out. Okay, I'm going. Give me my phone. They tried to grab his phone, but Lin put it in his bag. I will give it to you once we reach there, they said, as he suggested as they stepped out of the house. And present, he wanted to inform the driver too, but he decided not to, as he already messaged Jungkook. They had the dinner in a restaurant, and after reaching there, Lin gave the phone back. However, its battery had died. They had not think of it at much and continued eating. After a few hours, they felt uneasy. It was almost midnight, and Lin was going to drop him back to insist him staying a little more. Lin, we should leave now. My phone is dead too. Jungkook will be worried. They spoke finally. Lin nodded and then left for Jungkook's villa. They waved his bye and went inside. They had just stepped inside and saw Elf rushing toward him. Mr. John, you're here. Are you okay? Elf uttered, grabbing his belongings from his hand, and the scratches roared. What? She is here. Elf and her husband will be usually leave by 9. I am fine. Why are you still here? Mr. John called us. You were not home, and he was very angry. We all got worried. The driver told us that you were not at the hospital. Elf spoke, and Taeyoung glared around. Mr. John has dropped personally to the hospital. He was extremely worried. You should have told us if you were going out. Taeyoung's eyes winded, hearing the words. He did message Jungkook. They did not see it, but he always responded in a minute and had the phone on him all the time. Where is Jungkook? They inquired, with the aware of his anger, and were sure they would be done something. They cursed their movement as they decided to go out. In his room. All right, I will see him. You can go now. They spoke politely, and Elf took a side to their room. Jungkook. They entered the room and found it empty. His eyes were around, seeing everything was normal. They took a deeper breath and closed the door behind him. They turned around, observing Jungkook step out of the study. His face was. They stepped over to him and wrapped his arms around Jungkook's waist. I'm so sorry for getting late. I could not keep a check on time while having dinner. They murmured into a warm chest and looked at him. Jungkook departed as he kept quiet. Where were you? He questioned. His tone was hard. They blinked his eyes at his question. We were to a restaurant. I messaged you. What the? Did you message me? They shrugged slightly when he roared, grabbing his arm. I did. I did before. Do you even have any idea how I'm losing my mind here? They gulped. As they tied hold on him, they saw his eyes were getting dark and red. He was angry. At this time, he was angry with him. They took a breath and put that sweaty palm on his chest. I messaged you, but my phone was died. I don't know, maybe. Phone died. My heart was going to stop here, and you're asking me to calm down. The few hours later had been shit for him. He felt he was going to lose his sanity. He was at home and learned that Theon was not home yet. He had tried calling him, but his phones were off. He asked the driver, declared that he didn't come out yet. He thought maybe he'd had an emergency and went to check on him, but when he leaned toward the hospital was enough to make his heart stop. According to that management, they had left 2 hours ago. His brain created a numerous scenes as he ran around the hospital looking for him. He would and would burn that hospital if anything happened to him. He was furious. He felt his nerves were burst. The last talk broke when doctor informed him about the dinner doctor had planned today. He notified that Dave was with his friends. Jungkook had been discovered he was alright and got angry. How could you act so careless, Theon? He spoke, looking into his eyes. Do you even know how worried I have become? I thought something happened. He held the face in his palm and put his burning lips on his forehead. He was at this same scene in front of him. All he wanted to do was hold Tae in his arm and never let him go. And so he did. He yanked Tae into the chest and put his head in his hair. How could you do this to me? He squeezed Tae's small body, wanting to shelter down to his heart. But that was beating incredibly.